Hello and welcome to another drum lesson. My name is Kit Mills, and today we continue our exploration of the four basic strokes. In previous lessons, we first learned what the four basic strokes are, then we followed it with a couple of different lessons working on specific sequences of these strokes. Full, down, tap, and up, and then down, tap, and up. Today's is going to be down, up, so we remove another one of the strokes out, and we're left with these two strokes. Down, and then up, or as I often call it, down, followed by tap and lift. Down, followed by tap stroke, which we then pick up to prepare for the down. This is a very, very useful one. All of these have been useful, but this particular one will probably use the most. So we'll see more about where this goes in the upcoming two lessons, which will build off this one by adding in the opposite hand in between down and up strokes. So it's going to be pretty cool. So here we go. Let's take a look at this together. So remember, again, downstrokes start up, end low, and they prepare us, they give us an accented stroke that prepares us for an unaccented stroke. So we go down, and then we're in position for a tap or upstroke. So from here, we then play our upstroke like so. Let's go down first, which gives us a nice little tap, and then we pick up the stick to get ready for the next stroke. So down, tap and lift. Down, tap and lift. You could simplify this to just thinking as loud, soft, loud, soft. But it's really important that you watch what your stick does and make sure that when you do the upstroke, you don't do this. Don't pick it up before you go down. That's the most common mistake I see with this. Down, tap and lift. And why is it a mistake? Because what it does is it removes your preparation here. It just cancels it out. You're already here. You're ready to play a nice quiet stroke, and then all of a sudden you pick it up, and now you're ready. Whatever you're going to do next is probably going to be a loud hit. So that's what we don't want. We want this down, up, down, up, down, up. So let's try it on the left side. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, tap and lift. Remember, with that tap and lift, go down to the drum first. I often soften my hand here so I'm not tempted to hit that note so much as just move toward the drum, tap toward the drum. Just a nice gentle stroke. You could even do both hands. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So remember again, down, tap and lift. Down, tap and lift. Both strokes, regardless where they're starting from, should always go down first before coming back. So none of this bobbing around that you see people do. Sometimes it's okay to do that once you've got this stuff down, because you might just be sort of chilling and relaxing and being smooth. But most times when I see people doing it, it's happening when they don't mean it to happen, when they're trying to play accents, and it just sabotages the whole thing. So now, let's get going with the metronome. We're going to play a group of 9 measures at each speed, and what we'll do is we'll have a measure up front that counts it off for us, then we'll have 4 measures on the right side, then 4 measures of down up on the left side in eighth notes. Here we go. 2, 3, and ready. Right hand down, up. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Down, tap and lift. 2 and 3, 4, 4 and 2 and 3, and get ready. Here's the left side. Left, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, tap and lift. Down, tap and lift. Fourth time. Now we're up to 45 beats per minute. 3 and 4. Here we go. 1. You also don't have to go quite so high as I'm doing on the downstrokes. I don't usually play them that big. It's just mostly so that you can see the difference in the strokes. But you could go lower here. 2, 3, and get ready on the left side. Left, and 2, and 3, and 4, up to 50 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, right hand, go. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. The place to have your eyes is your stick tip or your hand and wrist so that you can see what you're doing and make sure you're doing it properly. Left. Just don't get hypnotized by the rhythm. Down, up, down, up. Focus on making each of these strokes really good. And right now we're just doing this using the wrist. 55, right hand. 1 and ready, go. Notice on all my upstrokes that I'm tapping down first, then picking up the stick. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, tap and lift. 2, 3, 4. Okay, up to 60. Here we go, right hand. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, and 2, 3, 4, left, down, tap and lift. 3, 4, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. 65, right hand. Here we go. Down, up. And if at any point this gets too fast for you, or at least you realize you're playing the rhythm but not really playing the strokes correctly anymore, then just stop, watch. You could even practice doing something like just tap strokes, or just the isolated downstrokes or upstrokes, and just reset for each. Just give yourself time. You want to get really comfortable with these. 70, right hand. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 75, right hand. I mentioned that right now we're doing this with wrists only, which implies there's another way to do it. And so there is. There's at least 2 other ways I can think of to play this using different kinds of mechanisms in the wrist and hand. 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 80 beats per minute. One of those, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, 2. It's called the molar stroke and uses more of a kind of a whip motion in the wrist. We'll look at that in some upcoming lessons. Left, 2, 3, 4, 85. Here we go, right hand. Down, up, down, up. 2, 3, 4, left. As you get faster, you'll probably want to drop your downstroke starting height. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, here's 90. Here we go. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, left hand. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 2 more tempos. Here's 95. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3. 4, fast for you and you know it, just stop, watch, relax, and go back and do it later at a comfortable tempo. 100. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left hand. 2. Down tap and left. 3, 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and stop. My metronome was raring to go. So it could go faster. One thing the more astute of you will probably have noticed if you were watching my hands and wrists carefully there was that it was starting to pump a little bit. And that is because at some point the wrist is just, it's not meant to move quite so precisely at fast speeds, or at least there needs to be some recoil. And so it begins to transfer some of that energy back up into the arm. And that's the smart thing to do. That's what I alluded to as the so-called molar technique, which is a kind of a pumping motion, a whip motion that is a little more economical at faster speeds. So we'll look at that in some upcoming lessons. But for right now, this gets us through the third of the exercises using the 4 basic strokes, this time using just 2 of them, the downstroke and the upstroke. So I hope you found that helpful, and if you found it to be too fast at any point, even from the very beginning, then just slow it down. Remember, the important thing is not the rhythm here. The important thing is the precision of the strokes. You want to make sure that your downstrokes start here, or it start at a higher point, and then they end low after the stroke, and that when you do the upstroke, that it's a tap stroke down first, and then you continue picking it up. Down, tap and lift, and make sure it's not down. Oh, I'm going to prepare now and lift. Don't bounce upward before you go down. Do that, and you will be in good shape, and you will win the admiration of many. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And if you have any questions or comments or any suggestions or requests for future lessons, please feel free to post those down in the comments section below. You can also contact me anytime on my website, kitmills.com, and I'd be happy to answer you at either place. If you liked the video, please click the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to do so. And also, if you know of others who would benefit from these lessons, please, I ask that you pass this along to them. This is meant to be a resource for everyone. And it's fun to get to share some of what I know and what I'm learning and to take this drumming journey together. So until next time, take care of yourself, practice carefully and smart, but have fun with it. And I will look forward to seeing you next time. All right, keep on drumming. See you later.